here. Hello. I hope you're having a great week so far and a great day. I thought I would do something a little bit different today. I got on artbeads.com and found these wonderful leaf findings. Different shapes, different colors. And I thought with the fall here, it'd be fun to experiment and make some kind of fall themed jewelry with these wonderful components that have different sizes and shapes of leaves. So I have no idea what we'll be doing together today, which is the fun part of jewelry making. Sometimes you just sit down at your craft table, you pull out your beads and you're like, I kind of know what I want to make. I have some really neat components and I'm just going to throw stuff out there and figure it out as I go and design. And last Tuesday, we had fun doing that with some earrings. I came up with the general idea. We threw some charms in, came up with beautiful earrings. It was one of the best projects I've ever made. It was great. And so I thought, I have some stones, I have some seed beads and some findings, so we can mix and match some things and then just see what happens. And if you guys have any ideas, throw them out there in the comments section. So if you're on artbeads.com, excuse me, I can read the comments on the bottom and interact with you. If you're on, sorry, I have allergies today. Hi, PJ. If you're on YouTube, I'll have to visit the comments later. I can't interact with those. And then as always, we'll have links on the bottom. And then you can check out, if you don't mind, before the end of the show. That way you've got what you want and it's not sold out. And if it is currently sold out, sign up for the email list for a reminder when it comes back in stock. They'll let you know so you can purchase it then. And I think I covered everything. And as always, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Say, hey, Andrea, I'm just wondering about how to make something. I'm here for you anytime on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and artbeads.com has a really cool group on Facebook as well. We'd love it for our friends to participate and let us know what they made out of art beads jewelry pieces. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Marianne. I'm so glad to see everybody. I love when you guys come hang out with me on Tuesdays. It's awesome. Like, we're all here to have fun and create jewelry together and feel inspired and beautiful when we finish our pieces, and then we have some groovy earrings or a necklace. Hi, cats. So I'm gonna flip my camera over and then we're just gonna like design together and have fun. All right, let's do this. I gotta find the first camera button. Oh, there we go. Ah, yes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my stuff over here. Woohoo! So I hope you guys can see everything. I have some different pieces laid out that I got. Like I have this, I'm so sorry, I keep the stupid dry cough. That is funny. Don't leaf without checking out. Yes, don't leaf without checking out the leaves. So this is one I have. It's a copper, it's like etched in medallion pendant, and it's not heavy either. I thought this would be great for necklace. And I found these two leafy guys. I got them and then they sold out. But if you want to sign up for the email reminder list, I'm sure they'll be back in at some point. And the cool thing about these two is they have the connector ready to go and the leaf, but they're also super easy to bend. So like I've made a bracelet out of these before. You can just like curl up the end, or you can use them for earrings. I was thinking more like earrings with these guys. I've also got these. I've never worked with these before. I thought these were a lot of fun. So you have this like leafy vine shape with your top. And I thought this would be a lot of fun for either layering over other charms or by themselves. I really liked these ones too. Oh. Then I accidentally only ordered one of these guys. So I was like, I thought I got two. I thought these would be great for earrings as well. All right. Well, I thought, okay, so we'll do something else with them. You can wire up with them. I was like, you could turn these around. You could do something fun. Add these as a necklace component. Like if you punch a hole here, I was like, I could do something like this, connect it to something else, turn it to a necklace. Okay. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tina. I'm so glad you guys are here. I I also got 2 of these. I thought these are super cool. Definitely look like leaves. And I love vintage. I just love their like chocolate brown components. I thought, okay, that would be cute. And so I like have some bead caps. And I found this really cool clasp. And I just like the detail of the flowers and like the leaves on it. I thought this would be really nice for a clasp. It says, we have mystery coupons to help you save on jewelry projects. Sign up for your coupon and save 10 to 30% off. Oh, that's cool. They're having mystery coupons. All right, if y'all want to sign up for that and you buy something today, then you'll have some kind of a discount. That's cool. Okay, so I got this strand of like these peachy gray moonstones, and I like the colors on them too. It's like a real nice, like light kind of fall color, especially with this peach tone. I thought that works great with the copper components. So I was laying this all out today and was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Honestly, we're going to have fun figuring this out together, which is the fun part of being crafty. So I also found some, sorry about my camera. I also found some 11 copper seed beads I thought would be neat for a spacer bead. I'm sure we have those, there we go, as well. And so I thought you could mix the stones with the copper seed beads. Let me get these out of the way. Add your copper pendant. And then I wanted to build off this and use this as a charm on the neckline. And then use these as matching earrings. So there's enough stones here on the necklace. Hello, Dawn. I'm also from Washington. Hello. And I thought, okay, so here is a pair that we could do. So I'm going to split this up into kind of different jewelry sets. So I have pieces here, like I said, for earrings, parrot earrings. And then I want to use this as, I don't know, my phone keeps skipping around, as like a necklace idea. The other thing is, if you don't want to make a necklace, these also work together like this as a bracelet. So you could have this as a charm on your bracelet, have this as your clasp, and then those go together as well. So I also pulled out these 2 fun, thank you so much, Michelle, I appreciate that. I found these 2 copper bars, like they're like a really skinny, like copper kind of like tube bar that's shaped. And I like this idea too for like the top of a bracelet. So one idea I had is, and I'll try to piece these all together visually for you guys, is you can use this with the stones too and make like a multi-strand like this, let's say. Have this kind of go in the center like so. Now, the only thing is it's a little skinny compared to the size of the stone. So I'm not sure how it would balance out, but if you don't mind that part, and then you can use these as a seed bead, like a spacer bead, I thought that might be a cute idea as a bracelet. The link for these stones is right there. There's like a square with the image right there. There should be a link to purchase them. And they're really pretty. They have this really cool, like kind of a faceted barrel / kind of tube shape. And they have a mixture of colors with like a peachy sunstone, like moonstone, like there's some glitter in there, and then a creamy color and a slightly translucent one. These are like really pretty. There you go. Thank you, Eric, for the link. I appreciate it. So I really like the stones. I feel like these are really pretty warm alternative for the fall. And you could use them also during the summertime. So if you wanted to, you could design a necklace with an attachable, detachable pendant. So like you could design with this and then swap out pendants. So if you wanted to use this for the fall and just like attach it with the jump ring, for example, and remove it, you could probably swap it out with a different pendant, with a shell, for example, or mother of pearl, for example, and then swap that out for summer necklace. That way you could have multiple uses for the stones year round. That would actually be a lot of fun during the summer. Yeah, you could totally do that. You could probably also put like a really pretty peachy pendant with this and then wear it with like a summer outfit. So I feel like these are like a good convertible stone that you could mix with multiple pieces throughout the year. It doesn't just have to be for the fall. You know, the weather, when I was in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, I picked up some really bad allergy and I'm trying to get over it still. They have like ragweed over there. It's getting better. And now I just have this annoying dry cough. I'm just like, okay. The other idea I had was using some bronze 22 gauge artistic wire brand wire and wire wrapping each tube separately and then joining them together. I have had that as a tutorial previously, but I thought you could wire wrap each stone together as well and then form a multi-strand bracelet and use this as a clasp. So we could experiment with multiple ideas today. We have time. I might not finish an entire project, but I at least would like to demonstrate a few options for you guys so you can kind of figure out what you want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off some wire. And I'm sorry, Michelle, I just pulled this out today. So I'm using 22 gauge, like a bronze colored wire, and or you could use copper wire, whatever you have, just 22 gauge wire. And I'm going to form a loop on one end here, and I'm cutting, you probably only need about 3 inches. So I'm going to wire up this loop here and cut off excess wire. I was just kind of looking at the stones this morning and was like, what would be a cute way to use these? So you could, again, put them on beading wire with the copper seed beads as a spacer bead and form a necklace. I only have one strand of the beads, so I have to kind of mix and match a little bit while we're working here. So thank you for adding the wire. Appreciate it. Sorry, I always kind of do like impromptu surprises like, Michelle, can you add this link? Thanks. We're just going to run with it. Surprise. So one idea I had was you could take the stones, wire wrap them like so with a loop on each end, and then join them together. I'll make some more here. And then that could be a bracelet where you attach that as a clasp. The other idea you could do is form a loop and make these into earrings, except for I do a different loop. So I'm going to do that really quick. And thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, today. I really appreciate it. I love it when y'all are here because we're all supposed to like hang out and have a good time. So one idea is if you wanted to wire wrap these for earrings, I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to take the loop here and slide it onto the loop of wire I've formed like so. Because you can use a head pin if you want, if you don't want to wire wrap directly onto the charm. It's just your level of comfortability. But I'm just going to do a little loop here with the charm attached and make some earrings like so. And you could make some really fun detailed earrings with this. Like if you have lots of spacer beads at home, if you have bicone crystals, like you could do a lot with this. I'm just going to kind of do a simple idea today. Just something like dropping the stone over the charm like so for a pair of earrings. Or if you have an extra bead cap, I have these fun little vintage floral bead caps. Can add that on there and drop your stone and then wire up over the top and have a cute pair of earrings. Nobody's leaving. We're all going to stay right here. We're all good. So I thought that's a cute idea for earrings too. I know it's a little simple, but sometimes simple is good. Or you could also come here and add dangles if you wanted to with some smaller stones and have some drops. The other thing you can do is layer these. So let's say you want to put this over the top. These charms are lead enough where you can layer them as well and have multiple charms hanging. So it just depends on where your comfort level is. But here's an idea. I thought that was cute. I'll lay that one off to the side. And you could also do something similar with this one. You could just wire up the top and have one of the stones kind of hang off the top as well and have a cute pair of leaf earrings. But I'm going to go back to bracelet with this one. Let me see. Oh, thanks, Marianne. I really appreciate that. I try. Sometimes I have good ideas. Sometimes I'm like, what are you doing? But something always comes good out of it somewhere. Jewelry making is all about spontaneity. That's how we stumble on creative ideas by accident. So I'm going to take this pendant and I'm going to build around it first. And so for starters, I'm going to add a jump ring at the top like so. And don't get mad at me, Michelle. So let me see if I have any spacer beads. Okay. So Art Beads does have spacer beads. Since I'm kind of doing this spontaneously, I did not find a link for one. So just go on artbeads.com and type in copper spacer beads. I'm using ones that are probably 5mm. And I want to put spacer beads around the base of my pendant here. Let me get this out of the way to kind of lock it in place first. So I'm going to start with my pendant with a few copper metal spacer beads. Next Tuesday, we're going to have another fun project as well. So make sure to tune in next Tuesday. We have some exciting things happening. And here we go. I'm going to use this one. Oh, I hope you'll be all right, Charlene. I'm so worried about everybody in Florida. I just hope that it goes well and that everybody will be all right. Oh, I'm so glad that you were able to grab some leaves and that you got a notification. That's awesome. Thank you for setting that up. So for this one, I'm just going to do, actually, I don't want these on though. I'm just going to do 2 spacer beads, one on each side. And then I'm going to start introducing the stones here. Like this. So this could be like a real fun, simple necklace project. And this would take a half an hour, probably at most to an hour to make, which is fantastic if you're looking for a quick project. So I'm going to be using the 11-0 copper spacer, 11-0 seed beads as a spacer bead to just kind of see how it looks to start. Like so. And I'm using, for wire, sorry, Beading 49 strand wire and 18 inches, the 0.18 size. Yeah, I hope that they'll be able to leave. I have some family in Orlando. I think they're trying to leave. The whole situation's really sad. Okay. Well, Blue Girl, I hope you'll be all right. Oh, that's a good idea, having the colors graduate by color. That's a great idea. The strand does have a mixture of different colors. So if you were able to do that, that is a real great idea. Kind of like monochromatic. I love that. That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I hope everybody that's in Florida will be all right. So another idea you could do if you wanted to work in the copper tubes that I pulled, just totally up to you, is you could just add them on the side of your necklace here as just kind of like a texture bump. So just something to kind of add a little different look along the sides. Like so. And they're curved. They come curved, so you don't have to do anything. I'm just experimenting while I do this. Okay, actually that doesn't look bad at all. It's kind of cute. So you could add those on the side and then they'll curve in like this as you're going with your necklace. That's a good idea. All right, so you could continue this pattern. You can incorporate your tubes here, which will also add extra length to your necklace if you wanted to have a few inches added. And also just a little bit of a texture design, and just keep going around and add some stones. This is actually a really cute idea. So I'm going to add a few more to give you an idea for a necklace, and then I'm going to bounce over to a bracelet idea with the clasp. I'm going to do 2 beads on this one. Here we go. This would also be a fun idea to give away to somebody as a gift if they have a fall birthday. Oh, you would add the flowers? That's a good idea. Like these ones? Yes, I haven't used these yet. These, I love these. They're like a really nice bead cap. And I was thinking one of my ideas was to use this floral bead cap underneath it like so. It has a smaller hole. These are slightly larger. So you'll want to have some kind of a bead underneath it to hold it in place. And one idea I had was going something like this, and then putting a stone over it. So you could have a cute little earring base like this. And then add either a leaf underneath it. Could do this one. Although they're different colors. Could do this one. And make like a cute little pair of earrings like this out of this set. That way you have like a little bit of a nice little flower detail here. And it's all lightweight. So it'll look really good. I mean, it would be fine as an earring. It wouldn't weigh down on your ear. That's an idea. Or you could even add another stone in the middle. But I saw these bead caps. I thought they were so cute with the flowers. One thing I've done too is I put these behind a flat ceramic bead once. I published it years ago in a magazine. So like I had a flat ceramic bead here with a bead in the center. Let me see if I can do something like it. I put it through here. So you have this, and then I bent the wire up and formed a loop, and then I wire wrapped. Might as well just show you guys really quick. So I'm going to see if I can do this. We're going to go here. Sometimes it's a little tricky to hold everything in place while you're doing this. Do this. Like this. And I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to curve it around the stone to hold it in place. This is just kind of like a really quick idea here. Usually I have something behind the stone, but just kind of demonstrate it really quick. And use your tools. You just kind of like pinch down the wire underneath the stone a little bit, so it's flat. If I can get that under there. This sometimes is a tad bit tricky, but you can get it. And then once everything's wire wrapped into place, all right, let's go, buddy. That little tail is just like not listening. Okay, here we go. Then you're gonna take your ear wire, and that's an earring part. So I like that idea too. It's cute for earrings. Like you don't have to use these stones necessarily, but it's a cute idea to use the bead caps behind it. And then you could also take this and attach it to something else and add more stones. But it's just a fun idea for a cute little flower earring. Okay. And then if you decide you don't want to do that, you can just pop everything off and use the bead cap again for something else. Oof. The other thing you can do is going up is add, different amounts of seed beads for different amounts of spacer beads, which would also kind of mix it up from the base to make it a little bit different. Yes, you can wire them with seed beads. Like you can do a lot with these. You could also like go around probably and stitch seed beads around it and make it into a really cool earring. And I bet you could also put this on a larger frame behind it and incorporate like a larger earring, like attach it to a hoop or something. Yeah, prayers to everybody that's having bad weather right now. It's scary. I really hope it doesn't turn into a Category 5 and land with that much power. A couple of my friends still don't have power on where they're living. Okay, so like here is, let me scoot this over with, kind of like a good idea, I think, for necklace. If you wanted to just continue the pattern around with stones, it's a good place to start with or without the tubes. But it does add a little extra length and just like a little bit more detail. But you could continue going this with the stones around and then add this as a charm on the back of the necklace. And that's a necklace idea. Yay! Look at how pretty that is. You know you love it. Yes. Okay. I actually really like this idea for necklace. I might finish it and wear it later. It's really super cute. Okay, so now I want to do a bracelet idea with this clasp. And if you got 2 strands, you could do a whole set of earrings, necklace, and a bracelet. And I just ordered 1 strand, so that's why I'm like trying to have to wing it a little bit. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to pull this apart so I can use the stones again. I'm going to put this pendant off to the side. And for a bracelet, you just want to measure how much length that you want. So if you're looking at a 7.5-inch bracelet, for example, including the clasp, I cut about 9 inches of wire. That way I have a little extra to work with and to trim off on the ends for my crimps. So that way I have more than less and I don't have to start my bracelet all over again if I run out of wire. So for the first strand, I'm going to go ahead and crimp it down. I'm going to use copper to match the clasp. I'm using a number 1 crimp bead, and I use wire guards or wire protectors. It really helps everything stay secure and last a little bit longer as a bracelet. It protects the wire. So if it's moving on a jump ring, for example, or on your wrist, the wire won't fray. And when I'm crimping, I slide my wire through the wire guard, and I have the wire guard, I want it to sit in this little crest, this like little valley sort of here on the top of the wire protector. And I'm going to bring the other side back down through the crimp and just gently pull it down. I also have a little bit of space between the top of the crimp and the base of the wire guard. And the reason why is when you go to use your crimping tools, you don't want to crush the base of the wire protectors, which can happen. And also you want to make sure you have enough space to get that crimp really nice and strongly. So I'm going to use my crimping tool. I'm going to go in, and the first thing I'm going to do is hold the wire in place with my thumb and crimp it once. And then I'm going to rotate it over to the side and crimp again. And I'm using the Beading crimping tool. And when you crimp, you want to have the really nice, like kind of sandwich look where the 2 sides of the crimp meet each other, and it's also smoother around the back. When you're crimping, you want to make sure you don't crimp too hard, which can crack the metal of the crimp or weaken it and cause it to fall off. And you also want to make sure your wire is pulled down tight enough where it's going to sit on the inside of the wire guard. And then just do a little pull test just to make sure it's on there nice and secure. All right, I'm good. So I'm going to trim off just a little bit of my spare wire here on one end and take my crimp covers. This is just something I like to use. I feel like it closes off the crimp and kind of hides it, makes it look a little bit more, makes it look a little bit nicer, like more refined. And I'm just going to rotate this around and press down with my chain nose pliers and put the crimp down like so. All right, so I have my crimp done, my wire guard, everything's ready to go, and I'm going to start with my bracelet. So for this one, again, I'm just going to string the stones on. Now, if you want, you can wire wrap between each stones and connect them with your wire and have like a wire wrapped bracelet with the stones going around. For this one, I wanted to wire wrap it. Sorry, I wanted to string it. So I'm going to start with stone. And I really like the necklace idea, so I think I'm going to just incorporate that. So I'm going to use the copper seed beads with the stones and the tubes. Thank you for adding everything, you guys. I appreciate it. Michelle, you're awesome. So I do this. And I really like the one gal's idea about mixing and matching stone colors together. If you're able to do that, yeah, I love the number one crimps. The number two crimp tubes also work really well if they're out of the number one crimp. They both seem to work almost identical. You just have a little bit less to do with the crimp tubes. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The wire guards just, yeah, really make it look polished, and the crimp tubes work really well. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to add the copper tubes like so. So I like how that looks. And I'm going to do 2 of the seed beads between the copper tubes. Yeah, and then you can use this as that. So that's an idea. That's one. I also like the idea of using the leaf. Okay, so if you're able to get a leaf charm, you have this one, and on this side, if you want to use it as a bracelet, it's going to be a little bit more work, but you could turn this in like so and add a jump ring, bend this a little bit, and then use it as a top bar for a bracelet. If you're going to do that, you'll have to finish your wire off a little bit early with another crimp and wire guard and attach it. But this is also an idea if you wanted to find one of these and use it at the top of a bracelet. So then that's your focal point. So I think I'm going to do that. Actually, I like that look a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one here and add this one as my top bar. Yeah, it's a really pretty toggle. Here, I'm going to show you up close. It's really pretty. And it's a good heavy toggle too. And it's very strong, it doesn't bend. It's a really good quality toggle. And you have the leaves imprinted with the flower. And the bar has leaves on it. I thought that would be perfect since we're going with the leaf theme. And it's really detailed pendant. Really detailed clasp. I really like it. You probably could use this too as a connection on a necklace. Sorry. So you want to do something like this. You could add some stones between your pendant and have the clasp actually go all the way around as a necklace piece. So you could bead all the way around, have one end of your necklace end here, and wire up some stones here and actually have it part of a Y necklace or just a really pretty necklace. I've seen people use detailed clasps as a necklace piece before too. So oh, that would be really cool. Yeah, you could add some owl beads in there as well. And I think that would be really pretty. Or take this out. You could just have this be the necklace component by itself. And then maybe have a little drop on there. That's actually a good idea too. See, as we make jewelry together, you can come up with lots of creative ideas to piece stuff together. So you could bead your necklace coming around here, have these 2 pieces meet, and then have charms hanging off as well. And have a dangle off the front of your necklace, because you could add multiple pieces here with the jump ring. So I'm just going to kind of do this. It doesn't really match. Like this. Just pretend that's copper. Could have something like that or some stones. So you could also use this as a necklace front for a pendant. Actually really like that idea too. Okay, so for now I'm going to finish this bracelet off. So I have my stones. I'm going to end with, how long do I want it? Here. That way I have enough length here. Okay. And so for this one, I'm going to do another wire guard. Yeah, isn't that a nice idea? I'd like to experiment with that later for a necklace idea and see how that comes out, because this would be really pretty as a focal part on a pendant for a necklace. And just have it go like this. So you could have it go like this, and then if you want to add dangles, you could kind of rotate it up this way. It will hang. And then if you used some chain or some jump rings going this way, you could have it, or if that's too big. I don't have anything smaller to use, but let's just say you had something like this. You could add a few stones in like this and go around this way, like so. There you go. That could also be a necklace piece right there. And that would be simple and stunning. This would be a really pretty focal point too. And then if you had more leaves, you could add more leaves to drop down as, you know, if, let's say you had 3 of these. I'm sorry. But you could add more leaf charms like this and do like a charm attachment with assorted leaves or stones. I actually really like that idea. All right, I'm going to travel back over this way because I'm going to add this one as my top bar for this bracelet. And then for this one again, I'm just going to do another crimp attachment like so, and add the leaf like so. Okay. And add this. And thanks to you guys. Is a big leaf large enough to wire up gemstones? To wire up gemstones around it. It is, let's see how long it is. This is about 2.5 inches long, let's say. Yeah, it's about 2.5 inches long. And at the widest part, 1.5 inches wide. And it's a nice size pendant. It's really, really nice. It's coated well and it has a nice weight to it. So to me, it's a very high quality pendant. Like you could easily turn that into a necklace and you would be just fine. It would hold the weight of beads around it and be just fine. Okay, so I want to do this one. And so for this one, I think I'm going to use, do I want a smaller one? No, maybe I don't. All right, so I'm going to use a 6mm copper jump ring for this one, and then I'm going to attach the wired portion to the leaf. I'm going to use this side. And it has a pre-done hole already, so you can just, again, either use it for earrings or as a bracelet component. So like here we have it half done, and it just goes around and you can attach your clasp. And I'm going to go ahead and go around this way. And then also, if you have extra charms, you could add charms here as well on your bracelet. I really like that copper color. It's really pretty. Oh, that would be really nice, adding patina onto them. I'm not sure. I think you could do that because these are kind of coated, but if you sanded them off a little bit, I imagine that you could add a patina on the top. That would be really pretty. The copper and patina, especially on a leaf, that would make sense. If you're not able to do your own patina, they do have patina paints, so you could kind of experiment and see what you think. There we go. I do have a tutorial on how to make patina on copper charms. That was fun. I did it with salt and vinegar last year, and it's really easy. And it's non-toxic, which was what I was looking for. You just take a container, like a plastic container, and you have a napkin with vinegar on it. And you lay your copper charms basically on the vinegar napkin and sprinkle salt in there and just leave it alone for a couple days and it will grow patina. It's super, super easy. And then if you want a darker color, you add more salt, and a little bit more vinegar and just put the lid on it and just let it sit for a few days. It's really fun how the green comes out. So too, if you don't like the larger jump rings, I'm thinking you could probably migrate down to like a 4mm so it's not so obvious. But so here's one bracelet idea. You can have the leaf top there and then bring your stones around and add your clasp and have a bracelet, which is cute for the fall, and it's colorful and it's not difficult to make, and it's a good fast project like so. I like that. Yeah, I can send you the link on the patina recipe. It's like so much vinegar to so much water and so much salt, but it's super easy to make. Okay, so that's an idea. I'm going to migrate back over to wire wrapping too as well. So you can use this as an idea for a bracelet. Basically, you have stones on each side with a clasp and leaf in the middle. And I want to wire wrap this next. We're going to kind of bounce around ideas here. So we have a necklace idea. You're going to have 2 different bracelet ideas, and then you have a few earring ideas. Okay. Move that over here. Grab my wire. Grab this. Okay. So how I attach my beads is I have the one wire wrapped, and I'm going to form a loop on this side. I'm just going to slide this onto the loop. Do this and go ahead and close it like so. Just do a few loops. Cut off my excess wire. Toss that behind me, and I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and gently smooth that out. Then next, add another stone, and you just continue the process of wire wrapping beads onto your wire like so. And I've done a tutorial with this similar idea on artbeads.com with Pre-Night. So if you go to their website, you can revisit that tutorial, which gives more of an in-depth on how I wire wrap the stones together and then how I add dangles in between each stone. That's probably just from from August maybe. So if you go to their website, you can look at the other tutorials and pull it up. So an idea would be to wire wrap the stones too. And then again, if you want to pull one of these vintage beads that matches the wire color, maybe not this one, you could do a bracelet with the stones wire wrapped in a chocolate brown color and then do a different clasp. Which I don't have an alternative clasp. Or if you don't want to do the brown, you can use copper wire and then bring this clasp in. Use this as a charm and then do 2 strands of wire wrapped stones. I like that idea too. So you can make this into a multi-strand bracelet either with wire wrapping or with, regular beading wire, and then do this and just have 2 strands. Or you could do a mix and match. So you wire wrap one, have strands on the other. This is your clasp, toggle clasp, and then your charm. So that's also an idea for multi-strand bracelet. And if you didn't want to wire wrap, you could do 2 strands of the beads together. That would be pretty. Because there's plenty of stones on this strand where you could do a multi-strand bracelet and still have beads left over towards a necklace. It's actually a good idea. So I'm gonna whip this together really fast. I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with me while we just kind of design while we're all hanging out here. So here's what I'm thinking too, is you could do 2 strands like this. Let me get higher up on the camera, sorry. So do 2 strands like this with your clasp, and you could have a bracelet with the 2 strands going around too. And these also match. So if you wanted to, you could have 1 strand with the leaf in the middle and a second strand. Here, we'll do this. One leaf in the middle. Okay. And then your second strand could just be beaded all the way around like this. Yeah, that would be cute too. Okay. I'm going to go with that and just see how it looks. So you could do one strand with your leaf and the second strand just with beads. And then they could lay next to each other on your wrist. And then you just have like the one copper leaf at the top and the rest is beads. That's actually a good idea. Okay, let's do this really quick. Do this really quick. Okay, so that could be joined and then this could go like this. And then there you go. You could have a I like that idea. So connect that there and you have a multi-strand bracelet. So you have one strand with the copper leaf and then the second strand just stones going next to it. So they look like this. So that's another bracelet idea. And then when it's on your wrist, let me actually stick them together here. So you could have this, pretend it's sitting here, and then you could have this next to it. So that would be really I can't talk today. That would also be a pretty bracelet idea. Da-da-da. Okay. Yeah, actually I'm going to finish this bracelet. I really like that idea. Okay, so hang out with me while we finish this bracelet idea with that clasp. And again, you can use this clasp for a necklace, the alternative bracelet ideas, and also a pendant by itself. Or you could maybe even, attach it like this and go all out for a big statement necklace piece. But you have a lot of options. Like this. Does anybody have any questions or anything? If you do, feel free to post them. We're all here to support you guys and answer any questions that you might have. And also, if you make any of these pieces, feel free to tag us online. We love to see what our friends make with our beads. I think that's going to be long enough. Okay, I need one more. Okay. And then just to make sure I have enough, I'm going to kind of measure it really quick. I need to do like 2 more. And this clasp is about 1.5 inches in size. So when you make a bracelet with this, you'll want to make sure you have enough length for the length of your wrist, as well as the space you'll need to put your bar in through your toggle here, and the amount of length you'll need on your wrist. So you'll probably want to have about 2 inches here for your clasp length, along with jump rings and everything else. Okay, so I'm going to go and finish this strand off because I think it's long enough. And it'll kind of give us a little bit more of an idea of what this looks like finished. And then we can revisit really quick before we go today our necklace ideas as well as earring ideas. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out at any time for a refresher, because that's what we're here for. Kind of go, how do I do this? And these leaves are really fun. Like, you have so many ideas that you can make with these different leaf charms. So you're not restricted to like one idea or not. And this one. Okay, so we have one strand here. Got our clasp. Let me get this all out of the way. And your toggle. And then this could be your second strand up here. Like so. And then that is another bracelet idea. I really like that idea for multi-strand. And if you wanted to, you have enough beads, you can make if you wanted to have a chunkier bracelet, you could also do a third strand with something else, like more seed beads, like more spacer beads to kind of thin it out a little bit. And then you have this one really nice charm. You could use this as your dangle off to the side. Yeah, that's fantastic. Or if you don't want to have multi-strand, you can just do this by itself as a bracelet idea with the clasp as well. So there's lots of different ideas that you could do with these charms. Again, you can also use these by themselves for earrings. Same with all of these. That's why I plucked these out of the artbeads.com website, is I thought that these would be fantastic for fall themed earrings. And they're not expensive at all. And you can make multiple projects with these. If you decided not to do earrings, you can incorporate them as bracelet details or on a necklace. And I've seen that before with this one, where you can punch a hole right here and use it as an attachment on a necklace. Like you can string through here and just go around and use it as a component. So there's lots of different things that you can do with these pieces. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. And I'm going to flip my camera around really quick. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It was great to see everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this Tuesday. Don't forget to close out your shopping carts at the end of the show. You want to make sure you are getting what you would like to have and they're not sold out. And thank you, Charlene. I really appreciate it. You're sweet. And I hope that everything goes well for you in Florida. Everybody that's here from Florida, we'll keep you in our prayers and our thoughts for your safety and that everything goes well for you. And again, enjoy your leaf charms and have fun making jewelry and experimenting. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.